Hello, and welcome to another episode of My Side of the Mountain podcast. My name is Brad, and today we're going to continue our conversation. Cracks me up. I'm going to continue talking to you about my book, Be a Better Manual 2.0. Link in the description. Please order it. It'll help you. Basically, I'm just giving an overview of what's in the book. I'm not covering everything. There's some things that if you watch past episodes, you know that I've went into great detail, and there's some things that I'm just skimming over. Car passing by. But generally, I just want to give you an overview of what's in the book. And this morning, I watched one of my videos, and I realized that I am so excited to share this information with you that I am going crazy fast. I'm bouncing all over from subject to subject, topic to topic, trying to stay in with the book, but my stories end up going way off topic. So today I want to slow down and hopefully keep this fairly in a reasonable amount of time to where you want to spend it watching and just cover one subject, or one chapter, I should say. In the last videos, I covered many chapters, and I was just blah, 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 and I mean, I know what I'm talking about. It made sense to me, but I'm not sure you got it. Hey, my co-host. What's up, Carl? You know what? We're going to do it. I'm going to attempt to bring Carl up here and see how crazy he gets. But I want you guys to know I'm not crazy. He's really here. Hey, buddy. We're going to try something. Oh, you're such a good boy. Oh, you weigh heavy. Oh, you're heavy. Sit. Or not. Walk around. That's Carl. Whoop, careful, buddy. I don't think he'll fall off, but you want to sit and talk to Daddy? Don't show him your butt. Come here, turn around. Sit. Can you sit? We're going to turn you. Oh, there we go. So how's your... Oh, careful. All right, you're freaking me out. No, you almost jumped, didn't you? Come on. That was silly. Covered in dog hair now. All right, that was a experiment gone horribly wrong. I love that little guy. The little guy weighs 70 pounds. Didn't I just say I wasn't going to get distracted? I don't know. It's how my brain works. Ooh, good segue. That's what we're talking about today. We're talking about how our mind works. We're talking about be a better thinker. Can you be quiet? I know, you're up here now. You want to come up again. You love your audience, don't you? You love your fans. Follow Carl on Instagram at Carl_DA_Bulldog, Carl the Bulldog. On Instagram, he posts occasionally, and might bring some joy to your life. I'm pausing here because it's ironic, because that's one of the things I'm going to talk about is get off social media. Again, another thing we're going to do differently is I actually read this chapter this morning. And I guess they call that preparing for the interview. I don't know. But I read it and got some thoughts that I want to share with you, and let's go from there. Look at that. We burned up 6 minutes already. Gosh, I'm terrible. All right, let's get into it. Got my book dirty. Look at that. Got new ones coming today. When you guys order it, this is an older version. When you guys order it, it's going to be the best version that I've done so far. This is called 2.0, but it's actually like 48. Even when I go back and read it this morning, I'm like, there's errors, like not huge stuff. I still get my point across, but there's grammatical errors, there's periods, there's spacings in the text. Except stop rambling, Brad. Let's get to this. Okay, it's called Be a Better Thinker. Didn't I just hit puberty? Be a better thinker. And like I say, every chapter I start with a quote, and this quote is from Henery Ford. Anyone who stops learning, try that again. Anyone who stops learning is old, either at 20 or 80. Anyone who keeps learning stays young. It's pretty self-explanatory. You got to keep learning. If you want to stay young, if you want to keep your mind fresh, coming up with new ideas and enjoying life, you have to keep learning. I start with this. I noticed watching the video, I say, everybody does. I'm not going to be mad at myself for it. But I'm going to take a drink every time I say, It's just, people do it. I do it because I'm pausing and processing and figuring out what I want to say. Anyway, clouded mind. I start with the negative. So if you are drinking to excess, if you are doing drugs, if you are, I guess those are the two things. If you're putting stuff in your system that negative, my watch is hitting the sun. If you're putting stuff in your system that negatively affects how it operates, it's not going to run at peak efficiency. Talked about that with car engines and fuel and food. So consider what you're doing to yourself. Not here to tell you to quit, but consider what you're doing to yourself, how it's affecting you, your mind, your relationships, everything in your life. Anyway, enough of that preaching. I don't want to use preaching as a negative, but anyway, it's preaching. So once you stop doing that, one of the easiest things to do, it's Saturday morning and people are going off to do whatever they do. After you've removed the stuff that causes negative effects on your body, it's time to put stuff in that improves it. Diet is a huge, I also notice I touch my face a lot. Diet is huge. You can function on cheeseburgers and french fries, not at peak efficiency. So put stuff in your face, your food hole, that makes your brain and body operate better. I do that too. I mentioned in a previous episode, your brain uses 20 to 30% of the nutrition. Is that terrible? I don't know where to. I should probably film this in about 10 minutes. Stay focused, Brad. Your brain uses 20 to 30% of the nutrition put in your body. So it's only this big. These are this big. And you would think that your biceps would use more than your brain, but it burns calories. It needs energy to function. So the better stuff you put in, the better results you'll get. Take your vitamins, because we always can't eat right. Look at that. I flipped the page. Rest. Sleep is important. Get good, comfortable, effective sleep. There, skip that chapter pretty quick. See your doctor. High blood pressure, cholesterol, diabetes, all of those things affect how your brain works. So see your doctor. let's get into some strategies. What do I call them? Mental function strategies. Albert Einstein said, "We can't solve problems by using the same kind of thinking we used when we created them." That's worth repeating. We can't solve problems by using the same kind of thinking we used to create them. Oh, I should really stop and do this later. How bad does it look? I don't know. I'm sure I'll go long enough that the sun will be out of the way. So I'm going to leave a link below to a book written by a new friend of mine called Laura. Her name is Laura Tidwell. The book is called The Freedom in Knowing You're Not Free. And she does a she provides a wonderful explanation of how our brain works and the processes that it goes through for everyday life, for relationships, for problem solving, for everything. So link below. You can actually get it for free on her website. And I don't want to stop learning, like Ford said. So I read it. I'm watching her videos on Facebook. Very informative. And not to toot my own horn, but we are saying the same things. I say it in more layman's terms. Hers is more scientific proof. What is she? Neuroscience. Hers is more neuroscience based. Given the biological, I don't know if she'll probably argue with me on that, but the biological reasons why things happen, the chemical reasons in your brain why things happen. Anyway, but I tried to do it for men because men are stupid. I'm joking, of course, but we need stuff explained in easy ways. So, mental function strategies. Think about things from all angles. You're presented a problem, situation, whatever. We'll just call it a situation. Gather all the information that you can. The who, the what, the where, the why, the when. Men are good at that. We're good at, give me all the data. And there's 5 or 6 things that you should do here. There are no specific order. Different people are going to do them in different order. This is just how I put them in there. Be optimistic. What you think is a bad problem, or others do, and they present it to you as bad, not necessarily bad. There's a great verse in the Bible that says what the devil meant for evil, God intended for good. So go at it with the intention of it being good. Think of all the positive outcomes from whatever it is happening, fixing, whatever. Think critically about all the negative issues or consequences. If X doesn't happen, what is the results? Save time, I'm not going to give examples. Let your emotions take over. If X happens, how will I feel? If X doesn't happen, how will I feel? Be creative. Like Albert Einstein said, we can't fix a problem using the same reasoning that caused the problem. So be creative. There's probably a new way to fix the problem. Old ways, if they work, they work. That's great. But sometimes they don't. So be creative. Think about it. Spend time. And once you do all that, make a decision. I want to skip ahead to what, it's not covered in this chapter, but Colin Powell, I haven't read it in a while, but he said, once you have 40% of the information, it's okay to make the decision. If you wait until you get 70 or more percent, it's probably too late to make the decision. Somebody else has done it for you. So don't, educated guess, I guess is what they say. Once you go through all these thought processes, make an educated guess on what you're going to do and just do it. Make the decision. Good or bad. presents with another problem, figure that one out. Need some coffee. Carl's passed out. How many wish you could just, anytime during the day, plop down and fall asleep? Be great. Be creative. These are tips, tools that how you can improve your brain. So do something creative. I'm looking up here in my corner, or up here on my shelf. I'm not going to spin it around, but I have paintings up there that I do. They aren't take the brush and, fine painting. They're just, I pour paint on the canvas, I swirl it around till it looks good, and I let it dry. But it's creative for me. I used to do wood burnings. I miss doing that. I put a stencil on a piece of wood, and I'd use my fine motor skills and my brain to create an image. What else do I say here? Woodworking projects, metal shop projects, working on a car, yeah, anything that works your brain, works your fine motor skills, takes you outside of your constant thinking. Kind of wanted to start the video that way. I think all the time. It is ridiculous that I can't turn my brain off. I get a topic and I just, until I get distracted. Thank goodness I have ADD also, so once I'm in that project, and something will draw me out of it to do something else. It's gotten better in Tennessee. Right now I think they aren't cicadas, but I hear crickets. I hear stuff in the woods. It's very peaceful and calm here. I can literally sit on my deck now, look out at the river, and not think of anything. We'll cover that in another chapter. Sorry. Keep learning. If you're curious about something that you've always wanted to know how to do, or anything that interests you, explore that. Get in there. Read a book. Watch a video. Take a college class. Take a class at the local, what do you call those? Rec centers. I say read a book. Anyway, learn about it. Keep learning. That's what you're doing right now, believe it or not. Good information or not, you're learning it. Read a book. Mark Twain said, "A man that does not read is no better than a man that can't read." So if you know how to do it and you don't, you're just as bad as a man that doesn't know how to do it. Keep reading. When you're done with this book, when you order my book, thank you, and you've read that, go on to the next one. When you're finished with the one you're reading now, read mine. Just saying. I'd appreciate it. Stop using gadgets. He scarped me a little bit. There's nothing out there. He hears the kids next door. Or Amazon might stop and I'll have to stop and talk to them. Anyway, distractions, ADD, remember? It's not bad, but I got it. Distractions. Stop using gadgets. This is an incredible piece of equipment. It has access to all the information. The problem is that we rely on it too much and we don't use our brains. I'm really good at math. I'm really good at taking the raw numbers and getting a guesstimate to help present my case, if you will. Somebody says, "Hey, I don't know where my money's going." I said, "Well, what do you do?" "Well, I get Starbucks 4 times a week." And I say, "Well, how much is that?" "Well, it's a $5 cup of coffee." And I'm like, 5 times 4 times a week is 20 times 4 weeks in a month. That is $80 you're spending on coffee. I've already gone 21 minutes. Goodness. But I had a really good long story that I thought of while I was reading this about using maps. I'll break it down to the essentials. Stop using them. My example is if I use it to get somewhere, I can't find that place afterwards without using it. Back in the day, I used to take trips from Michigan to Wisconsin to visit my newborn niece, and my cousin and I would get in the car and we'd just go. We had a map, a paper map on the floor, but we just drove west and then we drove north. How we found a street address and the exact house is beyond me. I think we were smarter then. Now we just put in, the address and follow the little line to it. So if you want to improve your brain, stop using this as much as you do. Even I do. I'm not casting judgments on anybody. Got a little something. Get off social media. Mind-numbing, time-killing social media often consumes more of our time than we realize, and it can leave us distracted by the latest trends, silly tricks, or trying to impress others. I'm guilty of it. I'm doing a podcast. You're watching me on social media. But scrolling through to see the latest dance craze, and forgive me, I contradict myself when it comes to social media and stop using gadgets because I do it. But the latest thing out there is the AI generated Bigfoot. Cracks me up. Anyway, but I'll get on it either at night after reading my Bible, and next thing I know, it's an hour later or more. And what did I learn? Set a time, schedule a time to check your Facebook, check your social medias, and when that time is up, stop. Go do something else on your schedule, or that you want to do, or you have to do. Play games. Again, just different ways you can improve your brain. Play games. Jigsaw puzzles. Playing cards. Doing crossword puzzles. Sudoku. Or word searches. All playing chess. I got a chessboard right here. Come play chess with me. I'm not very good. They all stimulate your brain. Play games as a family. It teaches life lessons like teamwork and social interactions and competitiveness. And you bond. It's great. Help with homework. I'm going to skip over this because I don't have kids anymore, but help your kids. Oh, come on now. That little spider came back. I'm going to pull this one. Where's it at? There it is. Man, I get distracted. There, back up it went. I'm terrible. I'm sorry. Help with homework. Your kids may be at an age to where you can help them with it. And as a benefit, you'll feel super smart. As they get older, maybe not so much. If you're helping them with it constantly and you're learning what they're learning, you might be able to help. Help them with the homework. Helps your brain, helps your bonding, your relationships. Focus on the everyday. When you're driving to work and you just zone out and you go and you don't see anything, or you come home, you walk in and your wife says, "Hey, did you see that?" And you're like, I didn't. Focus on stuff instead of zoning out. I was going to tell a story about down here. I notice a lot of stuff. I see butterflies. They have lizards in Tennessee, about yay big, long tail, beautiful creatures. Don't have lizards in Michigan, so I'm fascinated by them. Increase your vocabulary. Learn new words. There's apps, there's calendars, whatever you want to do. Word of the day stuff. Increase your vocabulary. And I really should redo this and make it shorter. Iron sharpens iron. There has not been a bigger influence in my life than being around men that are better than me. Some women, for that matter. I've met women that have really, exploded my brain. Link in the description. I used to be an alpha male. I used to be the smartest man in my group. I used to be the best man in my group. Honestly. If you are the best man in your group, you need to find a new group. When you start doing the stuff in the book, when you start improving, being better, you're going to realize that the friends you have, it's a sad fact of life, but the friends you have do not give you the best chance to achieve your goals. Oh man, this had to have been 20 years ago. I was the alpha, and through my wife meeting his wife, I met the husband. And it did not take long to realize that I was no longer the alpha when I hung out with him. And that was a good thing. He was more physically fit. He was more intelligent, thoughtful thinker. He made more money. He had more stuff. That, doesn't really matter, but he was the alpha when we hung out. And I liked it. I liked not having to be the smartest guy in the room, but I liked it because he taught me. I learned from him stuff. And you need to do that. You need to find a group of men, 1, 2 more men in your life that are better than you at stuff than you. How do you do that? Church groups. Go to church. Meet men at church that are on the same path as you but are further along. Work. There's guys at work that are probably better than you, not just at the work, but in life in general, in their walk with Christ, in their thinking, their physical appearance or whatever. Stop hanging out with fat, stupid people. I'm sorry. When you stop being the fat, stupid person, it's no longer fun. Hello, Carl. It's no longer fun hanging out with fat, stupid people. Just a fact of life. Facebook. I tell you not to get off of Facebook or social media, but there's groups on there that you can find and spend time with. I am at the end of the chapter. I hope this was better. I hope I didn't rush it. I hope I didn't bore you. Sometimes my stories go long, and if you find them interesting, that's great. If you've already clicked off of this, then that's okay too. I'm not here to change everybody. I am here to tell you what I know, tell you about stuff in my book, and if you choose to listen and be better, that's fantastic. I pray for your success. So the challenge at the end of the chapter: feed your brain the right food and exercise it every day, just like any other muscle. Forgot to tell you that. I think you probably figured it out. If you don't exercise your brain, it won't get stronger. So exercise it. If you like the video, please click the like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Post a comment about what you're going to do to improve your brain. Either food, books, puzzles, watch more of my videos, etc. Anyway, I appreciate you watching, and I will see you in the next video.